The Navy hospital ship Mercy will open its doors in Los Angeles today to non-COVID patients as the number of coronavirus patients in need of ICU beds has doubled. A shipment of 170 ventilators from the national stockpile arrived over the weekend broken, but the state's governor says they will be fixed by today. Get ready for another month of untogetherness. President Donald Trump is extending national social distancing guidelines through April 30th. He says the highest number of deaths is likely to occur in about 2 weeks, right around Easter. The head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases says based on models, as many as 200,000 Americans could possibly die from the new coronavirus. This comes as medical tents to help treat patients are being set up in New York City's Central Park. The emergency field hospital is set to open tomorrow. Sanford Health says 3 more employees in Fargo have tested positive for the coronavirus. All 3 are physical therapists. 2 work at Sanford Medical Center and the other at Sanford Broadway Medical Center. They're all currently isolating at home. According to a statement from Sanford, 7 patients are being notified that they may have been exposed to the coronavirus. These latest cases come after a Fargo-Sanford provider who made calls to Eventide on 8th in Moorhead tested positive last week. The Fargo Park District says it's made a difficult decision to limit its spring flood fight to Edgewood Golf Course only because of the COVID-19 outbreak. In a typical year, about 50 Park District staff and volunteers would stand in close contact to pass and place sandbags. But that's not going to work with the CDC's social distancing guidelines. Parks officials will instead use smaller groups and other measures to protect staff. It's a very foggy start to our day. Let's get a check of our First Alert Storm Team forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green.
It is, and it started early this morning. We started to see that fog develop around that 3-4 o'clock hour this morning, and it started to just fill in from our tower cam, but hasn't really completely obscured the camera as of right now. But you could see that the visibility is down a little bit more as we're trying to look off to the east at that sunrise happening this morning. So it is a foggy start here for us, even looking from above, and in it is even worse. Devin's been reporting how tough it is getting around in the FM area. We'll check in with him in a moment. But again, reports of fog both in Grand Forks and Fargo. We've got temperatures that are also below freezing, and that means we're looking at the potential for some frost with this too. On your windshields, I saw lots of cars parked outside with windshields that are frosty, and also some of those grassy surfaces looking frosty now that we can see them, and that snowpack is melting away. Here's a look at our visibility right now. We're at 0 in Valley City, Cooperstown, Wahpeton, all at 0. We're at close to 0, 1/10 of a mile in Grand Forks, and right around 1/4 mile in Fargo. Thief River, same thing. So a lot of places looking at some low visibility right in the heart of the Red River Valley. Other than that, not really much to show you on the radar and satellite map. Once this clears, we've got a great day ahead today, a good day to get out and enjoy your backyard. Maybe you can do some yard work now that some of the snow has melted, at least in the Southern Valley. I know we've got a lot of snowpack still up north and in the Central Valley. Or maybe just go out for a walk. But looking at your backyard planner for today, temperatures are going to be back into the 50s, a high of 54 degrees in Fargo. Lots of sun. The wind coming in out of the southeast, not too strong, but a little bit of a breeze. And that's going to continue that rapid melting we've been seeing lately and sending those rivers up again. We're looking at a couple of crests for us this week, both the red at Fargo and a couple of our tributaries in the southern end of the valley by late week. That's also when we're going to see better bets for some precipitation, rain, even some snow possible as our temperatures cool down just a little bit. And now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thanks, Lisa. Now, believe it or not, we are on I-94 right now. We are heading east toward Minnesota. You can see how low the visibility is around the entire FM area, and it's really been evenly spread out this morning. There's really not any area where the fog is more dense or more light. It's really evenly spread out throughout our entire FM area this morning. So it's going to be something, it's going to be the biggest factor as you make your way out the door this morning. You see the 42nd Street overpass here on I-94 kind of just came into view. There have been some spots where you need to completely come to a stop to see what street you're turning onto. Visibility is just really low. Now, thankfully, the traffic flow isn't too intense today. It's really light out here on the interstates, which is a silver lining for sure. There might be low visibility, but at least there aren't a large number of vehicles around you that could be obstructing your view even further. So that's one piece of good news, is the lighter traffic flow. But the biggest factor this morning is going to be the fog. Now, another factor for some, there's a new road closure. It's actually a bridge between 12th Avenue North and 15th Avenue North in Moorhead. They're going to be closing that this morning at around 8:30 due to the rising water levels. That's going to be closed until the water recedes a little bit. So going to be something new to factor into your morning drive for a bit. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour on the Fargo CW, but for right now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
Breaking news just into our newsroom. The Summer Olympics have now been rescheduled. The Games will be held from July 23rd to August 8th in 2021 in Tokyo. Your next trip to the supermarket could look a lot different than you remember. Grocery stores around the FM Metro are pumping up safety measures because of COVID-19. Hornbachers has social distancing reminders, not only at the front door, but throughout the store. We also spotted workers at the 32nd Avenue South store using gloves to stock shelves and deep cleaning workstations. They're also marking the 6-foot separation with red X's going into checkout lines. And once you get to the cashier, you'll see large pieces of plexiglass installed in front of them to protect employees and customers from each other. Hornbachers is one of the stores suspending the use of reusable bags coming into the store. North Dakota nonprofits are asking the state for a temporary moratorium on eviction actions amid this coronavirus pandemic. They also want a freeze on foreclosures to allow people to remain stably housed as they safeguard their health and the health of their families and other North Dakotans. The groups are holding a news conference later this morning to detail what they see as a significant problem. They say housing is a major issue during this health scare, particularly for those whose income has been impacted because of involuntary unemployment, extended sickness, or required quarantine. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is requesting a major presidential disaster declaration as the number of coronavirus cases in North Dakota approaches 100. As of yesterday, the number was 98, up from 94 the day before. A disaster declaration by President Donald Trump would unlock federal aid to help North Dakota pay for its response to this pandemic. Minnesota is reporting 4 new deaths from COVID-19. That's the biggest one-day jump since the state's first confirmed case on March 6th. And it brings the state's death toll from the new coronavirus to 9. The state health commissioner says 3 of the new deaths were among people who lived in a long-term care facility in Hennepin County. The 4th death was in Martin County in southern Minnesota, but was not linked to long-term care. Minnesota health officials also say Otter Tail County has recorded its first case of COVID-19. And with all of the disinfecting you may have been doing at your home and at work, you may be running low on one important item: Clorox wipes. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning from her own kitchen, where she is sharing how you can make your own wipes at home. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa. It's actually so simple. I never realized how simple it was to make your own at-home Clorox bleach wipes, but I'm so glad now I have this little tip underneath my belt to pull out, because I know if you go to the grocery store, you might notice that the shelves are still pretty empty in that Clorox wipes area, but it's, like I said, so simple. What you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a paper towel roll and you're gonna cut it in half to fit the container size that you want it to fit. If you have, empty Clorox wipes, you can definitely replace them by putting them in there, but I just had this round container that I decided to use. And what you're going to use, you can use any bleach that you have, Clorox bleach, off-brand bleach, just has to be bleach pretty much. But you're going to use a half a tablespoon for every cup of water. So I have 2 cups of water in here, so I used 1 tablespoon of the bleach, and you're just going to, I made a mess this morning when I tried to do this, but you're just going to gently pour it, the solution, over your paper towels in your container, probably more gracefully than I am doing right now. And then you're going to remove the center cardboard. You can leave that on. Center cardboard, and they recommend that you let it sit for about 5 to 6 minutes to let all of the bleach absorb. And so you're just gonna conceal it tight, let it sit for 5 or 6 minutes, and there you go. You have your own Clorox bleach wipes. And this is the batch that I did earlier this morning. And so they'll look like this. I ran out of circle containers, so I just threw one in a concealed Tupperware container too. But like I said, super simple. And these do meet the CDC guidelines. We'll have that website up on valleynewslive.com, because they have some other great tips too to make sure that you're staying safe during this time. So super easy, super important, And like I said, if you're running out of Clorox wipes, no
All
problem.
right. Thank you so
get
much.
some more bleach to put in.
Abby Furchner reporting live for us. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 7 out of 10 of us do this after a bad day at work. The answer? Eat a bunch of cookies. We've been eating more cookies just because of the stress of things at the Bedaux house. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now on the Fargo CW.